Whenever you're working in Toom Studio and you are preparing to do animation, you have to familiarize yourself with the different planes or the different positions in which you can put your elements. For example, in Toom Studio, unlike some other 2D animation applications, you're not just working in a 2D view. You're not just working in north, south, or west or east. You're able to work in forwards and backwards or 3D. So let's go ahead and talk about these positions very quickly and how they correlate to actual space. Well, on the 2D realm, we have our N here, and I'm currently in drawing view, and I'm looking at my grid. We have the north and south position, which simply means up or down. So we're either up or we're down on the south. And we can also go west, and we can go to the east. So we can go over here, which is the west position, and likewise we can go to the east position. If you're ever confused about which one's which, just look right here. And here you see the little letters that tell you which position you're in. But you can also work in 3D. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're not talking about 3D animation, like objects that can actually rotate. You can see all around them. We're talking about position. For example, this ship can also be placed in 3D space away from the camera. So if I am to click on something, I can reposition it in 3D, which is the forward or backwards position, which is very cool. And this is how you can lay out and overlap your elements. So I'm going to go back to my camera view and show you. Just by moving that ship backwards here, I pushed it behind these two elements. I'll bring it back to the front and show you. See that? Now I can bring it all the way in front of the water. I can put it behind one of the layers of water, behind the next one, behind the clouds, and so on, behind the entire scene. So that's very, very handy, and it's something that you really have to get used to when you're about to do animation in Toom Studio. Another cool thing is, let me go ahead and grab my properties here. You can also determine if a drawing is going to be in front of something or behind something using the drawing panel in the properties panel here. So as you see here, I have the type as normal. I'm going to grab my clouds to demonstrate this. With my clouds, what I can do is I can determine whether the clouds are going to be in front of something or behind something. As you see here, the clouds are in the back because they are positioned that way with the forward and back positions in the top view and the side view. What I can determine if I want to is I could choose the clouds and say I want them to be in front of everything no matter what's going on. So I can choose to put them on the foreground. So no matter what, I can grab the sky and drag that to the top of everything, and it will still be in front of that because I determine that the clouds are always going to be in the foreground. Likewise, I can take this sky element, which I have selected here, as you see, sky, and determine that it's always going to be in the background. And now, no matter what I do, that's going to remain in the background. And that can be very handy because if you have a lot of layers and you don't want to continually move things to the back and forward, you want to say, all right, this is the back no matter what, and this is the front no matter what. And you can click on that element and then determine that right from this menu here. Of course, if you have a couple of layers embedded in like a child and parent relationship, the position of the objects are going to determine whether or not this is going to be fully applied. So be mindful of that as well.